Hey, what's going on? This playthrough will be for the visual novel, Bloody Painter Dating Sim. Go play it for yourself, link in the description. As always, thanks for watching, and enjoy. Oh. Ugh. With a severe headache, you wake up in an unfamiliar place. This text is so fucking slow. As you touch the bruise on the back of your head, it seems you were hit by something. I'm gonna, God damn it, I'm gonna change speed. Nah, it's turned all the way. Thank God. Before you lost consciousness, a heavy iron chain tied around your feet. Someone has trapped you here. You try to remember what happened before you lost consciousness, but you can't recall anything. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Me and my no eyes. Uh, door. No. Door. Door. You peek through the keyhole, but you see nothing outside. I wonder where I am. Cell phone. Wall. The room is surrounded by four walls without any windows. It's weirdly cleaned up, and no ashes or sand can be seen. Okay. Looks like a prison built by a germaphobe. Sure, dude. Cell phone. No signal. I might be in a remote place or underground. Mattress? There's a mattress on the floor. The mattress feels weird. Really hard to lie on. It feels weird too. It feels really weird. Meal. Near the door, there's a serving of spaghetti with tomato sauce and a bottle of water. There's a round plastic fork that's completely harmless, was thoughtfully attached. What? It's still warm. It feels like it was sent here not long ago. Door. Door is ajar. End the investigation. What's the next move? Yell for help? Nobody answers. Listen? You can't hear any sound other than your own breathing. The soundproofing in this room seems particularly good. Knock over meal. I don't want this shit. You make the room messy and dirty with food. Yeah, come clean my room, bitch. I'm asleep. You lay on the bed. It's just a bad dream. You try to sleep under this condition. Maybe it's the fatigue caused by the nervousness, but you fall asleep anyway. Aw, shit. You open your eyes after hearing some noises. It's a man. A tall man wearing a mask is squatting on the ground and looking at you with his head tilted. He looks extremely displeased. How can you tell? He's wearing a mask. You notice the mop and the bucket he brought with him. Who are you? Why'd you abduct me? He starts to clean up, ignoring your questions. After a while, the dirty room becomes clean, and he doesn't forget to spray alcohol everywhere to disinfect what he's done. When he's done. Day 2. The first day passed. You feel very hungry. There's been no food or water sent in here since yesterday. Sometimes when you're so hungry, your stomach hurts, but you can only use your arms to press your stomach hard to relieve the pain. Day 3. The third day passes. There's a chill in your limbs, and you can't muster any strength in your arms, your hands, and your feet. You need to replenish calories to maintain your bodily functions, or else you'll faint. I'm probably dead. A week passed. You're lying on the bed in a daze, with only one breath left. In a trance, you hear the sounds of the heavy gates being opened one by one, and then it's the footsteps getting closer to you. You feel that your body is in the air, and it seems like someone has picked you up. You think it would be great if it's the police coming to rescue. The possibility makes you fall asleep in peace. But you never wake up again. You're dead. Bad ending. Messy is unacceptable. Fuck. I died. Did I load the game? No. I gotta start over again. I end the investigation and not knock the food on the floor. I promise I won't do that. I promise. What's the next move? Sleep. Think again. Sleep. I was asleep. You lay on the bed. You try to sleep under this condition. Maybe it's the fatigue caused by nervousness, but you still fall asleep. You open your eyes after hearing some noises. A tall man wearing a mask is squatting on the ground and looking at you with his head tilted. He remains silent as if he is sizing up his prey. Seizing up his prey? Sizing up his prey? That's sizing. He points to the plate on the floor, like indicating that you should finish your meal quickly. Thinking that the strange man might be poisoning the meal, you shake your head in fear. Seeing you have no intention of eating, he looks quite distressed. You can't die. Not now. He slowly speaks with a deep and steady voice. The freezer is full. What does that mean? The freezer is full, and there's no space for more. 7 days. He pauses and thinks. There won't be space until 7 days later. If you die now, you'll rot. What do you mean? So I only have 7 days left to live? He nods and walks out the door. Walks of the door? That's what that said. Wait, you can't just leave me here like this, please. Your cries can't stop the door from closing. Day one night. Day one, okay. Meal. Is a croissant. The bread and a bottle of water. The bread. Door. You peek outside from the keyhole. You see the shadow of the man walking around. Seems to be busy with something. What is he doing? Sleep to the end of the day? Can I eat my food? Meal? No. Food. Food. Meal. Shit. Do I have a shitter? What do I do? Please try to improve your survival rate within 7 days. Where? Day 2 morning. Oh, okay. Let's investigate and look around. There's nothing. Meal. Empty plate. Door. You check the keyhole. You seem to see something. You see that there's a vague figure at the end of the door. Observe quietly. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your eyes. That is an artwork made of the human body, not of a human being. Ah! Shit! Here he opens the door! You slowly push the door, and there's no trace of the strange man. First, you go into the room with a large freezer, sink, and operating table. Then you open another heavy door. You find yourself in a room full of glass display jars. The jars are all filled with specimens made of human body parts. It's like you're in an art museum. Could it be that he wanted to freeze me as material for specimen artwork? You're thinking. You seeing this scene. Fuck. Run away. Admire the artwork. What is fuck? What the hell is all these sick stuff? So disgusting. You say all the curse words you can think of in your life. You raise your fist and smash it against the glass cabinet, but stop just after your fist hit it. Your wrists are grabbed by someone. It's the dude. Before you realize it, the guy is already standing behind you. The last thing I welcome is an uneducated person like you. You feel a twinge in your abdominal? Sure. And then a red, warm liquid flows out. That's blood. He kills you, and he cleans up the spine carefully. He cleans it up. After dissolving you with strong acid, he buries you in the garden. I'm dead again. Ah, shit. You're not even good enough to be material. Okay. Okay, let's look through a door. Let's look through a door. You check the keyhole. You see something. You see that there's a vague figure at the end of the door. Observe quietly. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your eyes. That is an artwork made of a human body, not a human being. You hear the door open. You slowly push the door and there's no trace of the strange man. First you go into the room with a large freezer, sink, and operating table. Then you open another heavy door and you find yourself in a room full of glass display jars. The jars are all filled with specimens made of human body parts. It's like you're in an art museum. Could it be that he wanted to freeze me as material for specimen artwork? You're thinking. You seeing the scene, admire the artwork. You look around. Let's go. Interesting. You hear a voice coming from the corner. It turns out the man has been watching you from the blind spot behind the glass cabinet. I like them. They're so beautiful. The man goes silent with his head tilted for a couple of seconds after hearing your comment. He seems to be thinking about something. Don't you consider it cruel or bloodthirsty to them? No, I feel nothing at all. If you're wondering, English is not the native language of this visual novel. You're such a weirdo. You think, aren't you talking about yourself? After you have a tour of the display room, he locks you back in the small room you were in. You go to sleep to the next day. Your survival rate increases. Good. Day 3. Until noon, you don't see any breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You're waiting for him to bring dinner, but what you get is not dinner. Instead, you hear the door was open. A light shines through the crack of the half-open door, looking like an intriguing invitation. You open the door and walk into the light. You first arrive at the room with an operating table outside of the door. But this time, the operating table is not empty. There's a defrosted human corpse on it. The man pops out of nowhere. Ugh. He unties the iron chains from your feet and hands you a surgical knife in his hand to you. What? First, where do you think the first cut should be? His voice tone sounds cold, like a kind of teacher who gives students hard questions on purpose. I have to increase my survival instinct, so stab the corpse, can't do it. What if I can't do it? You can't hurt innocent people, even if it's a corpse. But if you don't cut it, the man will know that you're pretending to admire his artworks to survive. After struggling with your thoughts, you drop the knife in your hands in fear. You are indeed pretending. He locks you back in the small room you're in. There is no such chance ever again after that. You can only eat the meal he sends every day, and wait for the 7th day to come. Okay, fine. The bad ending. I'm too soft-hearted. Shit! You're waiting for him to bring you dinner, but instead you hear the door open. The light shines through the crack of the half-open door, looking like an intriguing invitation. You open the door and walk into the light. You first arrive at the door with an operating table outside the door, but this time the operating table is not empty. There's a defrosted human corpse on it. The man pops out of nowhere. He unties the iron chains from your feet and hands the surgical knife in his hand to you. First, where do you want the first cut where do you think the first cut should be? His voice tone sounds cold, like a kind of teacher who gives students hard questions on purpose. I stabbed the corpse. Maybe beautiful works always come with some sacrifices. Without hesitation, you stab the abdomen. Abdomen. Thank you. What the hell? Abdomen of the corpse with a knife. Ugh. But due to the lack of professionalism, the lines you cut are crooked and ugly. And this is when he gets close behind your back and holds your hand. Aww, you're both holding the surgical knife like you two are cutting a cake together. But you're not. With his hand, the lines you cut become smooth and clean. You can smell an ocean perfume on him due to how close you are. It seems to be sprayed to cover up the smell of formalin? I don't know what that is. You can feel his warmth with your back, but his fingers are a little cold. He's focusing on cutting the corpse, and your hand keeps moving under his lead. Okay, under his lead. He could have killed you or ignored you, but he didn't. You start to speculate on the purpose of his behaviors. Could it be that he wants someone who can ignore the cruelty and process and understand him? You think. After the happy creative time, okay, cut that. God damn it, I hate fucking Windows so much. After the happy creative time ends, you're locked in the room where you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. Okay. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You notice that something is shining at the corner. A key. It seems like the man accidentally dropped it last night. You open the door with the key. Bad move. You go past the operating table where you two spent creative time together last night. The display room. Then you discover that there was an unnatural, uneven marks from one wall to the corner. There are. You find a trap door. After pushing the trap door, you see a normal basement storage room. At the corner of the storage room, you see a stair that goes up. It turns out that this is really an underground secret room, hidden layer by layer with trap door. No wonder the sound insulation is so good. You walk up the stairs and see a heavy wooden board. What? Ugh. Don't do this. This is bad. This is bad. You push it hard. I mean, you can leave, but what catches your eye is the interior of a cozy cabin. Then you realize the heavy wooden board you just pushed is the back of a bookcase. You look around and find that there are insect specimens everywhere in the cabin, and there are also a reindeer head specimen hanging on the wall. Then you walk into the living room. He's asleep. He probably has like cameras and shit around. You see a young man with a handsome face and pale skin laying on a sofa. The ocean-scented perfume and the faint smell of formalin emanates from his body. It's him. He's the masked man who kidnapped you. He kidnapped you, yeah. But he is not wearing a mask at this time. His sleeping face has a ferocious expression. His neck is sweating and he seems to be trembling. It looks like he's sick. At this time, you decide to take the opportunity to leave or take care of him. I'm gonna save. Can I save? Yes, okay. What if I leave? What if I leave? I want to save. If you don't run away now, then when? You open the door and find a forest with heavy snow outside. You remember why you came here. You were traveling alone. In the evening, your car hit a deer on this forest road and then stalled. With no cell phone signal in the deep mountains, you walk on the road for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes until it got dark. Then you saw the lights of a cabin in the forest and decide to ask the occupants for help. That's when you witness that scene. You witness a man wearing a mask, dragging a corpse into the cabin. And unfortunately, you were discovered by the man. You ran wildly onto the mountain road, but the man was more familiar with the terrain than you were, and he quickly got in front of you and knocked you out. Then, when you open your eyes, you were in the underground secret room. But this time, the man fell ill on the couch, and there was no one to stop you. You crossed the gate with confidence, but after you only took a few steps, a sharp pain hits your calf, and you look down at the blood-red stain on the snow. This is stock music from KevinMcKillen.com. What's his name? I never knew his last name. Kevin McCall, or whatever that guy who makes the stock music for every single music video, or for every YouTube video. Just now you realize that there are large bear traps placed around the cabin, and it was difficult for you to identify them because they were covered by the snow. The unstoppable pain makes you fall towards the snow in front of you. As more bear traps are triggered, you are no longer you. You are an unrecognizable piece of flesh. The snow is dyed even brighter red, and you can only wait for the wolves to eat up your remains. That really sucks, dude. Beware the traps. That sucks. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, I'll take care of him, because that's what I do. You can't bear to leave him alone, so you reach out and touch his forehead. I suck. Whoa, so hot. He's so hot. You try to find something that can cool him down. Let's investigate. Living room. The living room is spotlessly clean. Where to investigate next? Lots of stuff. The man. His expression is ferocious. He seems to be in pain. He's still having a fever. The sofa. You don't think it's good for a patient to sleep on the sofa, but you can't move him with your strength. Specimens? It feels like he did them all. The workmanship of these specimens is exquisite. The photo frame. There's a photo frame on the shelf. It's a photo of him standing at the entrance of a judicial mental hospital with a man in a doctor's robe. Okay. Cocoa God damn it. There's a jar of cocoa powder and a cup on it. Let's make him a nice cup of cocoa. There's something else on the shelf. Locked box. There is a box with a combination lock on the shelf. Was there a number? I can't recall any numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Incorrect password. Okay, I don't know. You find some of his profile files in the bookcase. Name: Helen Otis. Gender: male. That's not a male name. That's not a name of a guy. Birthday: October 1st, 1980. Who the hell what guy is named Helen Otis? Bookcase. Oh, did I already? And the investigation. Kitchen. The kitchen is spotlessly clean. Fridge. There are some ice cubes in it. These can cool down his body temperature. Cabinet. You find some clean towels in the kitchen cabinet. I can soak a towel in ice water and place it on the patient's forehead to cool him down. Why do you call him a patient? Okay. You return to the living room, wiring out the excess water from the towel soaked in ice water, and place it on his forehead. His ferocious expression gradually softens. You once again notice his fair skin and long eyelashes, and his slightly curled, black hair. If you don't say he's a murderer, his sleeping face looks very harmless now. For a while. Look at those big eyes. He wakes up to the scent of your brewing cocoa and sits up on the couch. He looks a little shocked. He looks around quite quickly and seems to understand what's going on. Why are you doing this? I want to ask myself that too. You saw me faint and you didn't choose to run away. I did! And I fucking got chewed up by bear traps. Asshole! You're such a weirdo. Is there anyone weirder than you in this house? You can't help but bitch about him. You seem to see the corners of his mouth rising slightly for a few seconds, and the atmosphere between you laxes. He doesn't drink the cocoa you brewed for him. It seems that he's still a little wary of you. Can you tell me who you are? Bloody Painter. That's the name they gave me at my modus operandi. If you find it difficult to pronounce, you can call me BT. BP. Like BP oil spill. Why did I say BT? What the hell is wrong with me? Am I crazy? Even though what he told you was just his nickname, at least you know how to call him now. After the brief conversation on the sofa, he does not lock you back in the underground secret room. Perhaps staying to take care of him while he fell ill was enough to prove that you won't run away. You get up from the sofa and continue to look at the specimen decorations in the living room. He sits on the sofa, crosses his legs, picks up a book, and starts reading. By the way, you better not try to escape. There are traps all around the cabin, and only I know how to get in and out safely. You sit on the sofa. Soon, a wave of sleepiness comes around you, same thing. Today, you fall asleep on the sofa in the living room, not in the cold, underground, sleepy room. Your survival rate increases. It's the morning. Good morning. You see him busy cleaning in and out of the house early in the morning. I'll come help too. After finishing speaking, you pick up a rag and bucket and join the cleaning. But you can't really see where this almost spotless house needs to be cleaned. You're just taking a clean wet rag and wiping it on the clean cabin. Do you usually love cleaning this much? It must be cleaned like this 1 or 2 times a week, otherwise it would be too covered in a layer of dust. Although he doesn't talk much, his tone and voice gives you a gentle feeling and don't make you feel nervous. You climb up the short ladder and wipe the high cabins with a rag. Suddenly, a cockroach crawls out of the crack of in the cabin. You are so frightened that you lose your balance and fall backwards. You close your eyes, but then you fall into his arms. Ugh! But what you get is not a pain of falling to the ground, but a warm feeling. Damn! Look at that face. You open your eyes and you see that he's holding you like you're a princess. Wow. He catches you with the same cold expression on his face. Are you all right? Perhaps to resolve the awkwardness, he asks. I'm all right. It was just a cockroach. Hearing the word cockroach, he puts you down. He takes 2 steps back from the cabin you just wiped, then calmly says calmly, "Don't come near here yet." Why? It's dangerous. Poof. You can't help but chuckle at the thought of a murderer being afraid of cockroaches. Fine, whatever you say. The interaction just now makes you feel a little warmth from the cold murderer. At least you see more of his reaction and expressions. This is a rare relaxation. This is the rare relaxation you have felt in these tense days. He could have let you fall off the ladder, but he rushed over to catch you. I was on a ladder. Somehow, you feel that after these few days of getting along, maybe now you both have different ideas about about each other than you originally had. It was only a clear relationship between a murderer who wanted to hunt and prey who wanted to try to escape. But now, it has a layer of friendship, causing the interaction between you to have an indescribable sense of dissonance. Just when you pick up an old newspaper and prepare to wipe the windows, you find a police car parked on the road in the distance. 2 police officers get out of the car and keep looking towards the cabin. At some point, BP is already behind you looking out the window with you. Wait for a second. And then he walks out the door to talk to the police officers. Is there anything I can help you with? Are you Mr. Otis? What? Yeah, I'm a chut. Yes, I am. Helen? Your name's Helen? Your first name's Helen? Your first name's Helen! Ha ha! Have you seen these people around here? The police officer takes out some photos from his pocket. Have these people committed a crime and are running away? No, these people are missing people. These people are the missing people around this area. I haven't seen them before, but wolves and bears often appear around here. Can we check your cabin? Yes, come in. BP behaves very kindly and politely. After speaking, he leads the way for the officers. Please follow my footsteps. I placed some traps near the cabin to protect against wild wolves and bears. You don't want to step on them. The police officers enter the house and see you. Hello, this is an old friend who came to visit me recently. You greet the officers with a smile and a nod. At the same time, a police officer quickly looks through the missing persons photos in his hands. Then he puts the photo back into his pocket. It seems that your disappearance has not been discovered by anyone yet. You stand next to the bookcase blocking the entrance to the secret room. After searching around, the police find nothing unusual and leave. His trust in you increases. Today you still sleep on the couch in the living room instead of in the cold closet basement. Half asleep, you hear the sound of someone approaching. When you notice it, the person seems to be very close to you. You pretend to be asleep, and the person just looks at your sleeping face quietly. The man stretches out his hand and takes it back just as he's about to touch your hair. Tisk. He turns around and leaves. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You see him busy in the kitchen for a while. Then breakfast is served in front of you. Oh, he's so nice. It's a piece of toast with just the right crispness on the crispness on the crispness. I can't fucking say that word, I'm sorry. On the large round plate, and a poached egg on the top of the toast, and some lettuce salad. The plating looks delicious. The drink is a cup of freshly brewed hot cocoa. The cutlery he gives you is still a round plastic fork with no offensive features. You sit at the dining table and start eating, while he sits on the chair opposite you and flips through a book. It's still snowing outside, and listening to the squeaking sound of the fireplace, the atmosphere in the cabin is particularly comfortable. As long as you ignore the fact that you're in the same room with the murderer who kidnapped you, everything seems relaxing. You look at him who is full of mysteries, and some questions arise in your mind. And you decide to ask carefully. Can I ask you a question? What is it? What book are you reading? What book are you reading? Pick up a book next to you and read it. So I'm not gonna ask a question. What work are you going to use me for? About potted plants. Let's be all evasive. Usually I would read some anatomy and taxidermy books, but today is different. What are you reading today? The Truman Show. What is the book about? What's the book like? The whole world that the protagonist lives in, including himself, is all just someone's creation. Everything that happens is watched by the audience, and there is no privacy at all. But he is completely unaware that he is in such a large theater. Very ridiculous, right? I can't imagine this to happen in reality, or to me. If our world is really like the Truman Show, how would the audience view the current situation? What? Exciting? Excited? Why? They may be attracted by your charm and want to be killed by you. Incomprehensible. But what a bunch of weirdos with good taste. It's hard to tell from his poker face whether he's seriously boasting or joking. Pick up a book's potted plants. I saw many potted plants on the shelves in the living room, but why are they all withered? I have tried my best. I don't know why they always die. What? You ask bravely. He looks up at you for a moment. I was gonna make you into some kind of doll at first. Your eyes are beautiful, but if they are left alone, they will be rotten and sunken. So I would like to dig your eyes out and put them in a glass jar and soak them in formalin to preserve them. What is that word? Glass beads would be placed in the empty eye sockets to replace the eyes. You look very pleasing to the eyes, so I would also like to keep the eyes intact. Thanks for the compliment. You're welcome. Why did he say at first? Has his mind changed? You're curious, but you don't have the guts to ask any further. You pick up the book next to you and start flipping through. It's a book about the possibility of having a completely opposite version of yourself in a parallel world. If there is a complete opposite version of you, what do you think it would be like? Oh, that book. Let me think. Probably a guy wearing a burgundy coat, and always having a smile on his face. Why is it a burgundy coat? Because I like blue. If he is the opposite of me, he should like red, right? Okay, end the conversation. The sixth day. It's noon. It's high noon. To thank you for making me breakfast today, let me make you lunch in return. He frowns at you with an expression like, "Are you out of your mind?" Don't worry, you said there are traps outside the house. Only you know how to get in and out normally. Even if I resist you with a knife, I can't escape. Okay, but I'll keep an eye on you. Don't try to do anything stupid. Great! As for what to cook and the ingredients, well, a bad idea flashes through your head, and curiosity makes you ask. Do you eat human flesh? No, why would I do that? Why would I do that, stupid idiot? I just use human bodies as material for making art. I would never think about eating them. I thought you murderers all had some degree of cannibalism. Let's put it this way. Do you eat paint and painting tools? Just because I kill people to use as materials to make works doesn't mean I would eat them. Also, I'm different from those who have fun committing a crime and purely kill for the sake of killing. Don't confuse me with that kind of unprincipled guy. I wouldn't do anything unless necessary. You are here only because you have witnessed the crime scene. I see. After hearing this, you decide to cook a common dish. You look at the ingredients in the refrigerator. These are eggs, tomatoes, white rice, and some curry powder on the shelf. Okay, I've decided. You turn on the oven and start to cook. BP watches the entire production process. Rather than worrying about you escaping, he's more worried about you blowing the kitchen. Soon after, a normal curry omelet rice was served. He stares at the omelet rice without saying a word. Don't worry, there's no poison. Weren't you watching the whole process? Weren't you? He starts to move after you finish speaking. He takes a spoonful of omelet rice and puts it in his mouth. What do you think? It's surprisingly quite delicious. What's wrong? Nothing. It's just that no one has cooked for me in a long time. I can make you more if you like. You had a fairly pleasant afternoon with the guy who kidnapped you. You can get away with anything if you're pretty. I'm just saying. You are awoken from your own sleep by the man. He's very close and up and personal and also pixelated. His eyes are close to you, and his blue eyes are staring right at you. What's wrong? You sit up on the couch and rub your eyes. Got to go. Got to go. I've noticed something unusual about the number of police cars patrolling nearby recently. They must have some relevant evidence and are doubting it. And are doubting it? What? They are very likely that they are. There is very likely. It is very likely there is an ambush outside. Shit! Shit! It's snowing heavily outside, and I think it's time to leave now. Come with me or not, it's your choice. Oh, I should save. Thank you. Cool. You choose to stay or go with them. If I stay, then they're gonna think that I'm the culprit. I mean, realistically, this is his house, right? I don't know. I should go with him. No, I should stay. No, I should go with him. No, I should stay. I should go with him. What do you want me to do? I'm fine with both choices, but I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me, what do you prefer me to do? You stare at his eyes. I prefer. He hesitates to speak and looks away, looking like he's thinking about something. Hold his hand. Dude, oh, there's a timer. Oh, shit. I immediately saw a number. Your behavior makes him look a little panicked, and he doesn't seem to be good at this kind of situation. You notice that his ears are flushed, and this unexpected... You notice that his ears are flushed, and this unexpected reaction makes you want to tease him a little bit. What do you prefer me to do? I prefer... After a moment of silence, he slowly speaks. That you come with me. He tries hard to look you in the eyes and speak his thoughts. We'll set off early tomorrow morning. Day 7. What if I get caught by the police? Why is he wearing his mask? Follow my footsteps. You follow the shoe prints he leaves on the snow and finally succeed in avoiding the many traps around the cabin. Just as you are walking through the forest, you hear movements behind you. Freeze! Of course. In the snowstorm, several policemen who are lying in ambush chasing after you. You ignore them and keep running forward. Bang! A gunshot shoots across the sky, and you feel a pain in your left calf. You are shot. He turns to look at you, as if he's considering whether to leave you. Run! You yell at him, but he approaches you. He carries you. He holds you in his arms. You feel warmth on your forehead. Oh, is he kissing me? He's gonna leave me, fuck. He kisses your forehead. See ya, bitch. You feel the time freezing at this moment. The kiss is almost like a goodbye. He leaves your ass and runs forward, disappearing into the heavy snow. You are later taken back to the police for questioning. You say throughout the process that you were the victim. On that note, you're not lying. You don't reveal any unnecessary details. Since there is no relevant evidence to prove that you are the accomplice, the police can only release you after a long period of interrogation. After that, you're free. I'm at my house. 2 years passed. I'm gonna save the game. Now you live in a cheap little apartment. You live an ordinary life as if what happened 2 years ago never happened. Today is Halloween, and every household nearby has some thought into making decorations, but for you it's just another day at work. When you return to your apartment after getting off of work in the evening, the strange thing is that as soon as you open the door, you feel a gust of wind. You remember that you closed the window before going out. Just when you're about to close the window, a little rose. You find a gift left by someone on the table next to the windowsill, a small rose. How do you know it's a gift or by someone or something? You don't know why, but you have this feeling that BP has been here. Every Halloween after that, you receive a rose at your residence. It's a once-a-year greeting. Although he says nothing, the rose seems to tell everything. Although you have certain similarities, you are two people from different worlds after all. Perhaps living your own life this way is the best outcome for both of you. So I got the good ending. Good ending. Two worlds. Different worlds. I'm gonna try to get as many endings as I possibly can. Or I'm gonna try to get as some endings. Okay. So this is where he forces me to make an incision on one of the corpses. I chose can't do it the last time, and he didn't give me any food, and I died. So I'm gonna try to attack him and see what happens. You turn around quickly and try to stab him with the surgical knife. Don't fucking do that. But he seems to already know you would do that, and he holds you down quickly. You were indeed pretending. He locks you back in the small room you were in. There is no such chance ever again after that. You can only eat the meal he sends every day and wait for the seventh day to come. And then you die. Smart ass. I'm a smart ass. Okay. Let me try that again. Bup. So I'm gonna see what happens if I don't investigate both the living room and the kitchen. Yes. You return to the living room. Oh, okay. Never mind. Wiring out the excess water from the towel. Okay. Bup. So this is where I'm making food. No, I'm at the kitchen and he's making me food, and I'm gonna ask loudly. I have a question, you say with a super loud voice. I'm not Van Gogh. I have ears to hear. What is it? Oh, crap. Oh. It's just the questions but before. I don't know why they always die. He's talking about the potted plants. Yeah, it's just the same stuff from before. I can ask him any question I want, but it's not really gonna change anything in the conversation. So, it's high noon. I said the same joke again. Alright. Bup. So I'm cooking him his breakfast now. And the last time I chose cook a common dish or whatever. So I'm gonna cook him human meat. Like Jeffrey Dahmer. Turn it off. I'm gonna cook you human flesh. Are you serious? Mm-hmm. Why do you do that? I'm quite curious about the taste of human flesh. Haven't you ever been curious about it? No, never thought of it. Why are you looking at me like I'm the weird one? Wait a second. Oh. This also helps you get rid of the unnecessary material, doesn't it? I do have some useless cuts of meat in the basement freezer. Great! By the way, I won't eat it. He says, but still takes you to the basement to open the freezer and takes out a piece of human thigh meat. So thighs. Chicken thighs. You turn on the freezer oven, and you start to cook your fucking... BP watches the entire production process. Rather than worrying about you escaping, he's more worried about you blowing up the kitchen. How wacky! Not long after, a roasted human thigh steak appears on the table. He stares at the human steak on the table and has no intention of eating it. What's wrong? You go ahead and eat it. I have no appetite. Fine. You cut the human steak into a size that fits your mouth. Put a piece into your mouth. The human flesh tastes firm, very chewy, and has a distinct beefy flavor. It tastes a bit like venison. I don't know what that is. Although it's delicious, it's difficult to chew, so you chew it for a long time. BP frowns and sits aside, watching you eat with gusto. It's really delicious. Wouldn't you like some? No. He continues to watch you eat with gusto. At this point, your fork accidentally falls to the ground. It drops to the ground. You bend down to pick up the fork, that have fallen to the bottom of the table. Then you raise your head to continue eating. You look at your plate to notice that there seems to be a piece of meat missing. Aw, shit. Not bad. Did you say something? Nothing. He licks his fingertips and says, "You had a fairly pleasant afternoon eating human thighs." It's them thick-ass thighs. Hey. Oh, it's me. It's him. He wakes me up because his face is close to you and the blue eyes stare at you. What's wrong? You sit up the couch and rub your eyes. Got to go. Here comes the police. Alright. Bup. You choose... Okay, this is where he notices the police are outside his house and he has to choose to leave. I chose go with him, but I want to stay. I want to stay and live a normal life. You think that this crazy journey should not go on anymore. Okay, I understand. Suddenly, his face slowly moves closer towards you. Just when he's about to touch you, he takes a piece of cloth and covers your mouth and nose hard. After struggling hard for 2 to 3 minutes, your consciousness gradually becomes blurred. He kills me? When you open your eyes, you're back in the basement again. You are tied to a chair and you can't move your body. You try to break free, but you fail. The rope is tied very firmly. That sounds like a fart. That sounds like someone ripped a fart. You hear someone's footsteps coming closer to the door. The door opens. He walks in slowly, holding something behind his back. It's a knife. He moves closer and closer to you until he's at your ear. You can hear his breathing and your own heartbeats. You close your eyes out of fear. You can feel that he's scratching your skin softly with the back of a knife, and the cold metal stimulates your nerves. His palm is holding the back of your neck through his glove, as if he's studying your face and thinking about where to cut. Fear boils inside you, tears filling your eyes unconsciously. Suddenly, he fiercely holds up the back of your neck, forcing you to look into his eyes. He slowly speaks with a soft tone in your ear. If you stay here, you might reveal my information to the police. The risk of keeping you alive is too high. So even if you say you want to come with me, a normal person like you would leave me one day eventually. I quite like you. And if it's you, I would like to turn you into a work and put you somewhere I can see you every day. It's you who made me realize that I might be more selfish than I thought. Don't worry. I'll saw your head off as a material for artwork and visit you every day. Thank you for spending these few days with me. I felt quite at ease. We'll have more time to spend together in the future. And then damn! And then blah! And then plow! The red flower flows from the neck. Day 7. Hello? Now you can neither feel or think. Everything becomes dark. I'm a doll. Aw, shit. Your body and skull are separated. He finds a new place after he takes your head and leaves the cabin. He carefully makes your head into a specimen, and your eyes are replaced with glass beads. You're made into a beautiful, but also creepy doll, and he visits you often. He becomes your favorite work, and you are with him forever in a form of art. Creepy. That's the good ending. Why is that a good ending? Why is that? Whoops. Uh-oh. Well, that's not a good ending. I died. Okay. Well, that was a short little story. Yeah, check it out. This game actually has voice acting, but I turned it off because I'm a baby, so... yeah. What's CG? Okay. Okay, well, see you later.